Hello everybody, the Quiet Atheist here yet again with another interesting video for you guys today. Now, before I get into anything regarding this video, I basically wanted to ask you guys a question. Now, do you guys remember when I specifically mentioned that I am only going to talk about certain topics on my channel when I choose to? Well, it just so happens that today is one of those days. Now, I want to talk about this topic because I think that it's extremely important. And not only that, I think that as many people as possible have to be aware of this threat here in America, because to me, this is very serious. Now, we are no strangers to the fact that certain Muslims hate our country. They hate democracy and they hate what we stand for. They hate it to the point where they literally want to destroy anything and basically just lay claim to everything that they conquer. We have heard of them making threats towards America before. In fact, some of them even carry them out, and this nonsense shows no signs of slowing down. It's all about control for these people, and they won't rest until they have achieved their goals. They don't care about how many people they have to kill, and that worries me, and people in America should be worried as well. You guys will see what I am talking about here in a little while. Now, what I'm about to show everyone is scary, and I think that it should be taken seriously because it seems to me that certain Muslims in our country are preparing for something. I mean, the behavior being displayed is suspicious at best. These people claim that their ideology is perfect and that they cannot make any mistakes. Now, clearly, we can actually see that that is not the case. Clearly, we can see the disastrous influence that this ideology has on people. We see it all of the time. We see innocent people dying all of the time, and for what? Nothing as far as I'm concerned. So let me share this first video with you guys.
Bismillah, wassalatu wassalam ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa man wala. This message I deliver to you, the people of America. I deliver this message to you, the people of Britain. And I deliver this message to you, especially the people of Australia. And I say this about your coalition. You threaten us with this coalition of countries. Bring every nation that you wish to us. Bring every nation that you want to come and fight us. It means nothing to us. Whether it's 50 nations or 50,000 nations, it means nothing to us. Bring your planes. Bring everything you want to us. Because it will not harm us. Why? Because we have Allah Azza wa Jal. And this is something that you do not have. Is it not apparent to you? How are these victories possible? These victories come only from Allah Azza wa Jal. And that is how with these small numbers of soldiers that we have, we take these massive victories. And to the leaders, to Obama, to Tony Abbott, I say this, these weapons that we have, these soldiers, we will not stop fighting, we will not put down our weapons until we reach your lands, until we take the head of every tyrant, and until the black flag is flying high in every single land, until we put the black flag on top of Buckingham Palace, until we put the black flag on top of the White House. We will not stop, and we will keep on fighting, and we will fight you, and we will defeat you bi'iznillahi ta'ala. Takbir! Takbir! Dawlatul Islam! Takbir!
This is another prime example, guys, of how dangerous an influence from an ideology known as Islam really is. These people have it in their minds that this alleged God of theirs wants them to do these horrible things in other countries, including our own. I bet you guys that their whole idea is to come into our country, guns blazing, killing as many Americans as they can so that they can have the opportunity to place their flag on the White House or in other countries where the Buckingham Palace is. When it comes down to it, I personally think that they wouldn't make it that far. Their delusion will eventually get them killed. That is how I see this ending. I have to say that it often upsets me to see people like this who have no respect for human life. Newsflash, you guys do not have a right to impose your ideology, known as Islam, on everyone else. Not everyone wants to be like you. Get over yourselves. But of course, they will ignore that because reality is too hard for them to deal with. That is why they believe in all of this nonsense. I guess that the question would be, what would happen if people like this choose to come in through the back door? Check this out.
So Islamburg, upstate New York, they have weapons. It's private property.
Right.
All right. They're training on the property. Can the authorities do anything about it?
Beyond monitoring them, no, because they're not listed as a foreign terrorist organization. FBI documents that we've obtained do show that they consider them a threat, but because they don't have that designation, they're able to operate in the U.S. and we have a dozen.
Do you know how many people are up at this compound?
That specific one, no, but the estimates of the number of members that this group has across the country, they say they have 22 of these places across the country, is somewhere around 3,000.
Training ground. Wow. All right.
I guess another question would be, how do you guys feel after watching this video? 22 of these groups all across the country. There is probably more of them right now. I think that it is important that people be aware of the dangers that this ideology has so that they can protect themselves. Let's face it, these people are not going to stop until everything is turned into ash. What pisses me off is the fact that the authorities basically refuse to do anything because there are no direct links to terrorist organizations. That is what it seems like to me. I have to be honest here, guys. I was never aware of these Muslim groups before, the ones that I'm talking about that are in our country. I am glad that I found this stuff for you guys because it gave me the opportunity to share this stuff with you. Some people are not going to like what I have to say next, but I feel that it has to be said. Islam is a threat to our nation. We are no strangers to that at all in any way, shape, or form, and many other nations abroad. This ideology is coming up real quick, and something needs to be done before this shit gets out of hand, basically. There are so many innocent lives at risk here.